Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Downsized. Today is Sunday, May 11th, and this is our weekly weigh-in. This is the time when we tell you all about what's been going on in our lives with our weight loss, with our GLP-1s, the ups, the downs, the sideways, the laughs, the tears. And of course, my name is Christopher Durham, and who are you?
Of course. My name is Laraine Durham, and together we're the Downsized. We've been married 22 years, and we've been on a GLP-1 weight loss journey now for the
Adventure, I like to say.
Adventure, if you will. For the past 82 weeks. We just ended week 82. I don't know what that is in real time. Time and space have lost all meaning now that we've lost weight.
It's like baby time. How old would the baby actually be?
Maybe 18 months, maybe a little more. We're not quite to 24 months yet.
Yeah.
But we're somewhere between 18 and 24 months, I believe. We started our journey or our adventure, as Christopher likes to say, on September 29th of 2023. And so now it's May of 2025. So we've been doing this now, like I said, 82 weeks. In that time, I have reached my goal weight with the help of the GLP-1 Tirzepatide. I've been on Tirzepatide now for these 82 weeks, and I've lost, as of today, 53.6 pounds. I started at 193 pounds. I'm 5'5", mom of 3, and I lost an average of 1.58 pounds a week. I hit my goal weight. My first goal weight was 150. And I started dropping. I got all the way up to a 12.5 milligram dose, started dropping my dose down. So now I just really kept losing even as I dropped my dose down. So now I've been on 5 milligrams for the past 6 weeks of compounded Tirzepatide, and I weigh 139.4. So that's my check-in, my checkpoint, if you will.
And so do we feel like we're finding your level that you want to maintain at, or are we still accidentally dropping?
No, I mean, I've been bouncing around between 138, 139, 140. Actually, this week, I'm actually up a pound from last week.
Okay.
So, but and
did that freak you out, or?
No, because I haven't worked out this week, and I have to get it out of my mind that exercise equals weight loss, because that's just not the case. You can certainly lose weight without exercising, but I injured myself on Sunday, so I just really have been taking it super easy this week. I was really, I just needed to prop my legs up. What happened was, I guess I'll just get right into it.
There you go.
Is on Sunday, my step aerobics teacher had a extra step aerobics class on Sunday. She usually doesn't teach on Sunday. So I made it a point to go. And I was just, going full speed like I have been for the past 2 years. I've been taking this step aerobics class for about the past 2 years, maybe coming up on 3 years in September. And I was doing my thing like I'm always doing, and then the back of my left calf, like seized up, like not a cramp, but like the muscle just tightened. And I was like, oh no, because when I used to run a lot, that used to happen to me. And at one point it got so tight that it popped, like it just ripped. And I knew that I needed to stop what I was doing right then, or I was going to really hurt myself. So I just took it down a notch. I just made it really low impact, and I was just kind of stepping around. And in between songs, I was like stretching and trying to like rub out my calf. And then the left one kind of got back to normal, but then the right one in the middle of one of the songs like seized up. And I'm like, oh no. No. So I made it through the class kind of hobbling through like I probably should have just left, but I didn't want to leave in the middle because I know the instructor, I know everybody in the class. I knew they would be worried about me, which is dumb. If I was injured, I should have just stopped, right? But I was like, no, I can do it. It's fine. So I got through to the end, and I went to walk to down the gym that I go to. The exercise room is upstairs, so you have to go walk down the stairs and then out to the parking lot. I could barely walk down the stairs, and I was like, oh no, I've hurt myself. What am I going to do? And so I got home and I said, Christopher, you got to help me. So I have a lot of these like wooden like massage things for my feet. I used to have really bad plantar fasciitis that I have like a foot roller. I have like another like wooden massager. I have a foam roller. So I got Christopher to kind of help me with the massage on.
It was very tight.
Yeah. Like, feel my leg now. Is it still like that or is it not?
No, it just feels like a regular leg.
It feels okay now. So now it's been like 5 days, 6 days later, because we're recording it on Friday night. So I just, I put my feet up. I put on some compression socks. I just kind of tried to stay off of it. And so I thought, well, I won't work out like Monday, Tuesday. And then that turned into Wednesday, and I'm still like, I get up in the morning, it's still like tight. And I think, me and Dr. Google looked up my symptoms. I think there's different levels of tears in the muscle, and I had like a lower level. There goes JoJo up the stairs. A lower level of muscle tear. So I think I stopped before it got to the point where it ripped. But I still do have some little tears. So we were just out to dinner and we were walking around afterwards, and I could still feel it. It still feels tight, but I can walk. Like for the first couple days, like I was really kind of hobbling down. You see, we have steps in our house. I was hobbling up and down the steps and just really having a hard time. So that's been my week, and we've been really super busy this week because we're getting ready to do our conference with our regular, our other business. And so next week is going to be a lot of, loading that in and out and setting up conference booths and dealing with speakers and attendees and the hotel and the place where we're doing so I'm going to be running around, so I can't like not be able to walk.
No, you cannot.
So I really had to like take it way down this week, and we've been busy. So, it's been fine, but I just haven't had my workouts, and I've really like, missed them. Right. I really don't like that. I really don't like that it's been preventing me from working out. So,
well, you were pretty torqued up on the live, so.
Yeah, and I think exercise for me is like a stress release, like I get to go out and interact with other people. We work from home, so, I'm just talking to him all day, or actually
and she don't like to do that, so.
My office is downstairs, his is upstairs, so, and this is very stressful, this event that we do, and it's really just the two of us. We have some other people that come in and help us that we hire to come in and help us, but really it's the whole event is mostly on your shoulders, but a lot of it is on my shoulders too. And so it can be very stressful because, maybe I want to do things one way. There's JoJo. And he wants to do things another way. So it's...
And it's my show.
Was that on Friends where they're like, ah! Yeah, and it's his show. So one year one of the sponsors says, yeah, it's Christopher's show, so you have to do what he says. I'm like, you're the biggest sponsor. You shouldn't have to do what he says. What do you think, JoJo? You want to come say hi? JoJo says hi. Okay. Oh, all right. So that's my week. Christopher, how was your week?
It was a good week. Let's see. So I'm Christopher Durham, married to this lovely lady, JoJo jumping around, and 56 years old. We're both 56 right now. So we actually are the same age for
Am I 56?
Yes, you are.
It doesn't compute in my head.
We are the same age for a few months each year.
He's much older than me.
How much?
6 months. You're six months older.
So for about 6 months each year,
we
we're
were
the same
a year
age.
apart, like, school-wise, but really he's just 6 months older than me.
So I started at 286.4, as Laraine said, in September of 2023. We started all of this together and started on compounded Tirzepatide, then went working with my local doctor to Monjaro. Over the course of the few months, there was shortages and all kinds of things going on, and switched to Zepbound, and now I've kind of gone back and forth between Zepbound and Tirzepatide any number of times over the last few months. Really, I had wanted to work closer with my doctor. I had blood pressure and sleep apnea and
High cholesterol.
cholesterol and all sorts of things. And to be quite frank, at the beginning of this, I was very, very skeptical of these medications.
What was it? How was it you phrased it for the commercial? Thought this was a load of crap.
A load of crap.
I thought these GLP-1s were a load of crap. That's what he said.
Well, I mean, I was, and it's not that Laraine doesn't help, but I feel like I carry taking care of the family on my shoulders, and the business that we run, I started, and she helps a lot. So don't get me wrong, but it's it's stressful, and I can't afford to be taken out by a medication.
No,
it just we couldn't do that. So I had gone to my local doctor and done blood work, and fortunately he's great, and we had just kind of worked very closely together, particularly early on. Because I don't know, skeptical. People are like, "Why'd you do that? It's cheaper." I'm like, you know what? When I look around and I've got a wife and a mortgage and 2 daughters and a cat, JoJo, we got to take care of JoJo. You got to keep her.
And also it was a matter of what we could afford. Like, we've spent a lot of money on these on these GLP-1s. Our insurance covers $0, right? So for both of us to be on it, it's a lot of money. It's even on the compound, it's a lot of money. And so, we've had to move some things around, make sacrifices. But I mean, we
have one car. We have one car now instead of 2 cars.
Well, I mean, and we work from home, so there's a lot of things that, like we can do 1 car, stuff like that. But, there's sacrifices that we've made to be able to afford this medication, and we're very lucky that we have been able to afford it, quite frankly. So, but when we look back and see how much it's changed our lives, of course it's worth it, right?
Absolutely.
And how much would you pay for your health? Like, how much would you continue to pay to keep your blood pressure down and your cholesterol down and get rid of your sleep apnea and just treat your disease of obesity, and just get to a place where you're at a healthy weight and you're able to do the things that you want to do in your life. So, even for me, I always said I was a very healthy fat person, but that was really not the case, because we know now through the course of doing these shows and the news and the interviews that we do, being obese or overweight, having obesity, or having, we shouldn't call people obese, we should say they have obesity, it puts you at risk for all kinds of disease, liver disease, cancer, just like things I never really knew were hurting my body, my knees, my joints, everything. As we age, your body can only carry this extra weight for so long before things start breaking down. So,
anyway,
we're very fortunate.
And I never had that notion. So I always knew that fat was going to kill me. My parents both, if you've seen the commercials, my family has a history of obesity, and I mean, they basically passed away significantly younger than they should have because of the complications of obesity, comorbidities. So I was very, very worried when we started these things. First of all, the reason I started them was because I didn't want to die. Second, I also knew I had to take care of my family. And it's not to be the old-fashioned guy that I'm the only one who can do it, but we own a small business. This is something that we created. So if one of us is gone out of this,
it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
It's a problem.
So,
to say the least,
spending as much as we can on medical care to take care of ourselves and be healthy and be able to be around it was important to me. So when these things started working, it was startling. So I mean, as I said, I started at 286.4. Today I weighed at 103.4.
You do not weigh 103.4.
I'm sorry. I started at 286.4. Today I weighed 183.
183.
183, which puts me 103.4 down. So
Yeah, cool.
I was 184.2 last week, so I'm a little bit down from last week. Basically, I have been in maintenance for the last 9 weeks. And my kind of center point for maintenance, I don't know what it's really called in my head, is 185.
I was going to say 185.
Yeah, it's 185. So I want to bounce up or down.
You don't want to be
a couple of pounds,
too
2-3
far
pounds, not too much up or down, and that's okay. So I'm not trying to lose any more weight. It's honestly at the beginning of the week, and I know I talked about it last week in the weekly weigh-in when I was having some gastrointestinal issues. Well,
yeah,
I think what it turns out, a lot of that was my oldest daughter had been sick and had some kind of stomach bug virus.
kind of
I don't know what it
24-hour.
was that passed it on to me. And then I had about 48 hours of just really
it lasted longer on you than it did on her.
just not feeling good, and gastrointestinal diarrhea and just all this stuff. It wasn't the medicine though. It was
Some kind of
just
stomach bug.
And then we all kind of just weren't doing good the first part of the week.
Yeah.
And consequently, you just, I wasn't eating because I was like, anything I put in just came out. And honestly, I couldn't even really drink. If I drank water, it was just like 5 minutes later.
Really? Yeah, that makes it makes things difficult, right?
But get around to about Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, I've been fine now. It's not a big deal. Now, so I've been on basically the highest dose of Tirzepatide or Zepbound, depending on which one I'm taking, at 15 milligrams now for almost 4 months, I think it is. Yeah. I don't have any intention of going down. I know a lot of people are like, well, you should go down and find out. Nope. There's plenty of doctors, and we've been interviewing them that also say, hey, stay where you are if it's working.
Yeah.
I may at some point try and come down. We have so much going on over the next few weeks between the conference, and then we'll be going to Europe the following week in Amsterdam. It's going to be hard to eat. And we're not going to have the best eating habits.
Weight loss will not be our focus.
No, it's not.
We're just going to be doing the best we can as we have these big events coming up, and that's and that's fine. Like this is our life now, right? We're not we're not going to. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I'm
not dieting my way through Europe. It's just
we're not dieting. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a diet. This is how we live our life now. So, and sometimes we can focus on our diet or our way of eating a little bit more than other times. But, if you have some big events coming up, and it's May, June. This is a busy time for a lot of people. They have graduation and Mother's Day, and then we've got Father's Day coming up, and then you've got, vacations and stuff. And, we want to be able to live our lives and live in a healthy way where we can support this weight loss. So, right now in our house, our house is kind of a hot mess right now because we also do a package design contest, and we've asked the winners of the package design contest, there's like about 100 winners, to send us the packages. We asked them to send us 2 sets, so in case one got damaged in transit. And these packages have come in from all over the world. So we have, from Europe, from Japan, from Australia, and
it can be anything from cookies to dog food to diapers to sex toys, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of foods in my house because they sent not just the packaging, but the foods they sent packages of cookies. I've got packages of waffle cones. I've got packages of dog food. They're all
unopened. Yeah.
But I mean, we did get some packages of cookies that were that I tried, and they were delicious.
But so they will go to. We're doing the event at the the Modern Art Museum in downtown Charlotte. So we'll actually do a large exhibit in the museum for the packages and all that. So it's super fun. But I mean, my goal in all of this was never, my goal was never to be fit. My goal was to stay alive.
Oh, my goal was to be fit.
And
Absolutely.
to be healthy. No,
you better know.
that was never my goal.
Well,
skinny was not anything I was ever worried about. Staying alive and being healthy and
yeah, I mean,
taking care of my family was my goal.
As we've gotten older, that's definitely been the focus.
And honestly, my goal was never perfection in all of this. My goal was life.
Right.
So I want to be able to take this medication as a tool and to be able to take what we have learned over the last year and a half around eating habits and protein and water and all the things and just continue to apply it. So even when we travel and we go on a cruise or we'll be in Amsterdam, the way we eat is different than it would have been 2 years ago. You know, you're taking a look and going, oh, look, here's a nice roasted chicken or some grilled fish or and some vegetables. So you're just and you're automatically making better choices. It doesn't feel like a burden or a punishment.
No, I want to eat this way because that supports the life I want to live, right?
Well, and honestly, over there it'll taste good anyway. So
and
it's all good.
I'm still gonna have a stroopwafel in Amsterdam. I'm not gonna pass up on something that I may never see again, or so that's just the way I feel about it. We went out to dinner tonight, and we got to dinner, and I was like, I'm not really even hungry, like what I want to eat. And I realized I hadn't drank any water. I've just been, you ever get like so busy and because now my brain doesn't stop me to say, go get a snack or you're hungry or what's in the pantry. I just was working all day, all afternoon. And I was thinking about what I ate today. I ate no breakfast. I put Premier Protein in my coffee, about 2/3 of a shake. And then for lunch, there was really I get to the point where I just kind of look at what I have in the house and I'm like, well, I don't really even want any of it. I'd rather not eat. I'm not particularly hungry. I know I need to eat. So I think I came out with a banana, some peanut butter, a slice of provolone cheese, and some Ritz crackers. This is why I don't post what I eat in a day, right? Because a lot of days it's just not...
Because I looked at her and said, you need some protein, and that little tablespoon of peanut butter isn't going to cut it.
I mean, I had that, and then I went back to what I was doing, and I had a can of Diet Coke with lunch, but I didn't fix my water. I didn't fix my, I just didn't think about it. And then it got to be about 5 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I think I'm kind of thirsty. I don't even think I've been to the bathroom all afternoon. I was like, oh my gosh. So we went to dinner, and I started with the water and got the water going on, and we went to a place near us called Bar Taco, and we sat outside. It was very lovely. And I'm like, okay, I need protein. What's the highest protein things I can find on this menu? And there was a sirloin steak taco. And I was like, I'm getting
a little
that.
baby taco, though.
It was so small.
It was good,
so
but
small. I got some beans and a cucumber salad and a sirloin steak taco, which I thought was going to be bigger than it was. And we also got some chips and some salsa. They have great salsa there. And she brought out this little taco. It was like one of those little street tacos, right? And we hadn't been there in a while, so I kind of forgot what was going on. And I remember eating there in the past, and I liked eating there because I could get one taco.
Well, it's all small plates. It's not like big Mexican, big plates of suburban Mexican food.
It's all small plates, and you can order as you want. And I remember going there before and liking the fact that I could get
small portions,
one taco, I'm done. But now I had one taco, some beans, some cucumber salad, some chips and salsa. And when they bring the chips and salsa, it's not like a basket of chips.
Mm-mm.
It's like four corn tortillas that are crunchy, and you take one and you break it up and you dip it in the salsa. And that really signals to my brain, oh, I just ate two tortillas. Like, sometimes when you're at the Mexican restaurant, the chips and salsa are going and the basket's flying. You're like, oh, I just had a few. I just had, a few, and then a basket turns into two baskets, and then you're like, oh my God, I ate so many chips and salsas. So that's why I like this bar taco, because you see, oh, I'm eating this many tortilla shells. Perhaps I should stop. Perhaps this...
Well, they only bring you so many anyway.
They'll keep bringing them to you if you keep asking, but it's not like a big basket of stuff. So I ate the sirloin taco, and I was like, I'm going to need something else. So then I ordered like a shrimp taco and a chicken taco, and I ate those, and I was like, okay, I think I'm fine now. But we got to the restaurant, and I even started really getting a headache because I hadn't drank enough water. And I think that might have contributed to my injury on Sunday. Just on Saturday, I just was forgetting to drink water. And that's unusual for me because I'm so, I start in the morning, I fill up my big 40-ounce Stanley cup, and I take it with me to the gym, and I drink it while I work out, and then I come home, and then I usually fill it up again, and then I'm kind of good for the rest of the day, with that. So I just kind of had gotten out of that habit for some reason, and I could even see it on the app on my phone. We have the Renfo scale. I don't know why I'm showing you a picture of my phone. I looked at my body water percent, and it had dropped down slightly because I was Googling, all things like leg cramp related, and dehydration was one of them. So I need to focus on that. And when we travel, we're going to be traveling, we're going to be out of the house, we're going to be out of our routine. And how am I going to drink enough water? Like, I'm going to really have to take some kind of small water bottle with me. I hate to lug a 40-ounce Stanley.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not lugging it around Europe and around a conference, right? So I'm going to have to get some kind of smaller cup with a lid that I can move around a little bit easier with. You're not going to do any of that. I know you. You're not going to.
Nope.
You won't do any of that. Yeah, no.
No, I drink plenty of water, but I'm not going to lug it around. I just get it.
You just get it. Yeah.
And it's Amsterdam. They'll take care of you, and if not, you can always do the Heineken tour.
We've never done the Heineken tour.
No, we've never done the Heineken tour.
And we're not big beer drinkers anyway, so I don't know. When we'll have the girls with us, I don't think they care anything about that.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Hello, Jojo. Jojo's sitting down there on the floor.
Jojo is sitting on the floor judging us. Are you tired, Jojo?
That's what she does.
Joe. So yeah, that's been our week.
Yep.
Any thoughts on you were sick, and then you kind of got over that. So now we're just kind of getting back into the groove of things.
Just trying to get through this conference and on to the next thing. And the YouTube channel has just kind of been going crazy. Last week's news has done really well. Lots of response. The live this past week, I think that was our biggest live ever. I think we had 650 people on there at one time.
Yeah.
If you're joining us on live, please do make sure if you have a question, put question in there.
Well, when's our next live?
I'm not sure when it's going to be over the next 2 weeks, so stay tuned because we'll be traveling, but we'll definitely do them.
Yeah, if you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell, then when we do go live, when Christopher sets it up, you'll get the notification that we're going to go live, so you won't miss it.
Yep. Maybe I'm not even going to say. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, we have so many so many moving pieces right now that it's hard to say.
But the good thing is we get past those 2 weeks, and then the rest of the year we're kind of cruising. And speaking of cruising,
we'll be on a cruise. Yeah, so we are doing a group cruise. It's the Downsized Cruise presented by Mochi Health. It's June 23rd through the 27th, 2025. We're going to be on the Celebrity Reflection, and you can come with us. There are still spots available. You can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, and you can see all the details. We're going to go to Bimini and Nassau and the Bahamas. We're going to do some fun things like some group dinners and group exercise classes and meet and greets. We'll have swag bags and matching t-shirts, and it'll be
I
loads
might
of
even
fun.
line dance. I will line dance, actually.
Christopher will be line dancing.
Probably some trivia. I don't know. There'll be a bunch of fun stuff. And honestly, the best part, you guys will have dinner together each night in the main dining room and kind of rotational tables, so everybody can meet everybody, and you can meet a lot of other people that are on this adventure together.
Yeah, so I think it'll be really great to be able to talk to a lot of GLP-1 users and be able to compare notes and be able to tell each other our stories and learn from each other. And, you know, a lot of these people are people we've met on doing this channel that we've never met in person. We've talked to them as we've been doing this channel, and so it'll be great to meet them in person.
So how many people do we have registered right now?
I think we're 37, 39, somewhere in there. There's been a couple of single cruisers that booked, and then a lady and her mom just booked today. So still spots available, still some really great prices. So
and if you're worried about cruising, honestly, the Celebrity Reflection is a beautiful ship.
Oh, we've been on it.
We were on it a few months ago. It's a beautiful ship. The ocean should be calm. It won't be too bad. The Bahamas will be beautiful that time of year. The beaches are great. You can be as active or not active as you don't want to be. That's all up to you. And even with food, I mean, Celebrity does a great job with food. So there's always a lot of healthy options.
A lot of protein
vegetarian,
choices.
Gluten-free, if you want grilled, roasted, whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you want, I'll walk the buffet with you and we'll talk about food and do whatever, you know. And there's plenty of healthy options.
Yeah, because it is possible to go on a vacation, go on a cruise, and not gain weight. I mean, it is possible. Or, you know, a lot of times we've gone on cruises and on this medication, and maybe we have gained a pound or two.
Yeah, sure.
But then we come home and we get right back on our normal eating habits. It comes right back off. I sometimes think that it's almost better to sometimes ramp up your calories, you know, kind of calorie shift a little bit when you're eating in a calorie deficit.
Well, and travel can be challenging too, because I have a tendency, particularly flying out on ships, to retain water. My feet will swell. And,
I don't think I do that as much as I did.
I don't do it as much, but
weight.
I still a little bit.
Yeah, we got some compression socks for the plane, for our long plane trip, which I think that should help.
Anyway, so we would love to have you join us on the Downsized at Sea cruise, June 23rd through the 27th out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Go to thedownsized.org and check it out. And then, gosh, we've got so much going on. Please pay attention to YouTube, and we will do some live. Yeah, we will do some lives, and there will be videos every day.
Oh, we meant to give away a scale.
Yeah,
on
we've got a scale.
Live,
we'll give away a scale. We'll give away a digital scale.
Make sure you subscribe, because at our next live, we're going to give away a Renfo scale.
We're not sponsored by Renfo.
We're not. They sent us one.
They did send us one to test.
Did you?
We posted the video. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have one of those to give away.
Yeah. All right. Is that it for this week?
I'm trying to think what else.
Seems like it.
Seems like it.
Very good. Well, so that's our week. It was a pretty good week. I was actually down about 1.5 pounds or so, but really I'm in maintenance and I'm bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
Staying at 15 milligrams. People are always, are you staying on it? Yep, I'm staying on it. What are you at? People
I'm
ask.
on 5. I'm going to stay on 5 for a while. At some point, I might see if I can go down to 2.5, just because thinking about conserving my compounded medication that I have on hand. And then at some point in the future, if I'm unable to get compounded medication, maybe I can switch to the Lilly
I think we just need
vial
to get you a prescription for it.
of 2.5. I really would like to get it so I could see what it is and like kind of test it out. But, you know, you have to keep reordering it every 6
true.
weeks or they increase the price on you because they don't want you to start and stop or split the dose or
Yeah.
do any funny stuff. So, but yeah, well, I might try that in the coming months and see. But I mean, for now, compounding as of May, what is it, May 9th, 2025?
No, it's not the 9th.
Well, I guess when this airs, it'll be the 11th.
Correct.
So it's May 11th, 2025. You know,
You can still get it.
We can still get it today, but who knows what's going to happen in the future, right? With all the lawsuits and all the things. So we just want to prepare for where we need to go in the future because we want to stay on this medication. We want everyone to have access to this medication. A lot of people like us aren't covered by insurance with this medication, so it makes it very, very difficult and sometimes very stressful when you think you might lose access. So we hope at some point this medication, Zepbound, Ozempic in particular, becomes more affordable for Americans, right? In other countries, they pay a lot less. The price is a lot less than what we pay in America. So just seems fair that we should pay a better price. So hopefully that's what we want.
Well, that's it for us this week. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And please like and subscribe. This has been The Downsized.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.